Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Dani Gibson here with Dick Jerardi, and we have a great show. We're coming up on some big horse racing here in Pennsylvania, our PA Derby, and the day before that we have Pennsylvania Day at the Races. That's showcasing our best PA breds. We have a couple of stakes races that take too, the $100,000 Stormcat, Prince Lucky, Imply. What can people look forward to on that Friday?
Yeah, I mean, that's Friday. It's all for Pennsylvania breds. It's PA Day at the Races, and it's a very cool day, and it will get you ready for the biggest day of the year. On Saturday, the Pennsylvania Derby and the Cotillion will be on television right here on NBC Sports Philly from 4:30 to 7. Lafitte Pinkai will be in. Maggie Wolfendale, you'll be there. I'll be there. It'll be a good show as always. And the PA Derby at the moment, here's what we're kind of looking at. Looks like Gosker, who is second in the Preakness, second in the Haskell, will be here. We know for sure that Baeza is going to be here. He's been second and third to all the big boys in all the big races. Maybe he can break through. Baffert is coming with one of his horses. I don't know if he's coming. Jimmy Barnes will probably come. It's a question whether it's goal-oriented or Nevada Beach at this point. There'll be some other ones. West Virginia Derby winner. Maybe we're hoping for Big Truz, the Ellis Park Derby winner, for sure is coming. So it'll be terrific as always. And at Cotillion, we got Grade 1 winners galore. Scottish Lassie, who is so dominant at the CCA Oaks, will be here. Mark Cassie has said LaCara, the double Grade 1 winner, will be here. We're waiting on Brad Cox. Maybe we get Good Cheer, the Kentucky Oaks winner. Maybe we get Immersive, last year's 2-year-old filly champion. Either one Grade 1 winners, but to be determined on what Brad's going to send.
Look, it's going to be a great 2 days of horse racing right here at Parx. Of course, Friday and Saturday. Look, people wait for this all year. I know we're excited,
yes,
and we don't want to miss all these great horses and all the action. The big horses coming in, of course, our local horses taking the stage. We'll talk about local racing.
Yes.
Let's look at Monday's 8th race. It was our Parx picks. $25,000 claimers here, but good field going for the $32,000. Harp's Hot Corner. He's quirky, but he can run. He's our favorite.
Yeah, he's dropping in for $25,000. Look, he won 7 of 8 earlier for Jamie Ness off the claim, and looks to me like he's putting him back in a spot where he thinks he can win. He's 1-2.
Yeah, looking for a win. An Uncaptured Star. He's speedy. I like him, but he needs the lead.
Yeah, it needs the lead, and it might not be easy to get.
Here it is, Monday's 8th.
They go into the far turn, and Stormin' Sammy, hard-fought lead to the outside. Final Shot now takes over. Final Shot puts his neck in front. Stormin' Sammy right with him. Harp's Hot Corner, he's in third and beginning to gain. Mid-laners found his stride as well. He's weaving his way in between horses. Uncaptured Star has lost ground, and Guaponess is at the back. And Final Shot, the veteran, has the lead at the top of the stretch. 45-3 on the outside. Harp's Hot Corner, mid-laner, comes up the inside. Final Shot battles on gamely. Harp's Hot Corner to the inside. Mid-laner, it's Harp's Hot Corner, narrow advantage. Mid-laner, full of momentum, a 16th left. Harp's Hot Corner swishes his tail.
Harp's Hot Corner, he's back. 7 wins for this horse in the Jamie Ness barn. And look, he's really quirky. He's not easy. Michael Sanchez is the jockey that really gets along with him the best. Mario, his brother, is his exercise rider, and Jamie Ness is really crediting him with doing a great job.
Yeah, this is kind of amazing. This whole bloodline, right? The Wagilia out of Caterina Disco. Look, Butch Reed and the guys have most of these. I mean, all these names are familiar, right? The full Smooth Bee, Disco Ebo, Four Harp, Disco Rose. I mean, it just goes on and on. And how about this family now? 355 starts out of this mare, 83 wins, $4.5 million. Ooh. It's crazy, and it just keeps happening.
She's our local Puka. Puka's the mom of Mage and Baeza.
No question.
And she's our local, I mean, just a whole family that's talented. Well,
Absolutely.
Michael Sanchez, talking about him. Let's talk about him. He got his 200th win on Practical Coach. Mike Pino and him teaming up. And look, he just made the winning move here. He knew when to push the trigger.
This was never in doubt, Danny.
No.
Loose on the lead and gone at 1-20, Practical Coach. And this, as you said, 200 wins. He's 5th in the country right now in number of wins. Paco, the Ortiz brothers, Flavian Pratt, good company to be in. Michael's 5th, and he wants to get to 300, doesn't he, Danny?
Yeah, we really talked to him. We're going to talk to him a lot later in the show, but this is a jockey that's really broke through to the next level. We have so much more when we come back, and Dick's going to talk to Kentucky Derby winning jockey Sonny Leon, plus more racing on Let's Go Racing.
Some call you the Sultan of Slots. Others, the Baron of Baccarat. The rest, just Meemaw. I'm tapped in. I'm tapped in. But no matter who you are, you know there's always another way to win on the Bet Parx app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours. Shake those pearls, Mima.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing. Well, Kentucky Derby is really hard to win for a jockey, and a jockey that rode here at Parx for a while, Sonny Leon, broke through and he got that big win, and he was here at Parx this week.
He was here on Tuesday, Danny, to ride the last race on a horse called Lil Sally for Ernesto Padilla Preciado, and was the favorite. And we said, we got to talk to Sonny, right? It's not every day you get to see him. And he was here in 2017 and 2018, as you mentioned. He won 20 races here at Parx. Then he went out to the Midwest, was a dominant jockey in Ohio. Now he does the Tampa circuit, a little bit of, he came up to Monmouth this summer. We had a really good meet, but we were happy to catch up with Sonny when he was over here at Parx on Tuesday afternoon.
For 3.5 years, Sonny Leon has been introduced as a Kentucky Derby winning jockey. Sonny, how does that still sound?
Dick, thank you first of all for the interview. I'm back to Parx again, riding this afternoon. That was amazing. That was a big feeling in my life. I think the best.
So the day before the Derby, you find out that morning that Rich Strike is coming off the also eligible list. Where were you when you heard it, and what did you think?
Well, I was with my family taking breakfast that day when I get my phone ring. It was Eric Rigg. He told me, hey, son, we drove in the race. We are in the Kentucky Derby. We are a Kentucky Derby. So now you got to start in the race because it's not going to be 6 horse race. It's going to be 20 horse.
So you rode at Belterra Park the day before you came down to Louisville?
Yeah, I rode the day before. I rode Friday, one day before the race. I rode 6 horses. I didn't even win a race that day. That's such a experience, you know.
So take us through the Derby. You're way back. I mean, you are way back. You're still way back at the quarter pole. What were you thinking when you hit the top of the stretch?
Well, when I was in the race and before the stretch, I say I can hit the board. So because they were flying, they are stopping right now, and still I didn't use my horse. So what coming? Hit the board. So I never expect win the race, but because Epicenter and Sandon, they putting a lot of length from Rich Strike, but Rich Strike was amazing that day.
When you went by Epicenter, I don't know, 30, 40 yards from the finish line, and you knew you were going to win the Derby, what was going through your mind?
Wow, when I was like 30 or 40 yards before that, so I say I'm going to get those guys because still we got extra room because, you know, the Churchill Down stretch is long. I didn't think nothing about the Kentucky Derby that day. I think it was like another simple race. And when I pass the wire and I feel the people like, like yelling and screaming crazy, I say, wow, I won the best race of my life, the Kentucky Derby. So a lot of jockeys, they don't even got a shot to get there. And I didn't. I just won the race.
And do you remember being in the winner's circle with all those people? What was that scene like?
Wow, that was so crazy that the Rich Strike was a little weird. It was still like he still got the power. He was running around the pera and the people crazy, screaming, yelling, some people crying.
One final question. The horse that won the most money you ever rode was obviously Rich Strike. Second most is a horse named Forewarned, who Uriah St. Louis trained here at Parx. You rode him in a lot of those Ohio-bred races. What do you remember about him?
Yeah, that's a good horse. That's a good Ohio bred. For one, he gave it to me couple Bex Ohio. 2 times I won the Bex Ohio in Mahoney Valley. That was my local track for a long time. I won for Tyler over there. So that horse is amazing. I remember he's similar to ride like Rich Strike. He came from the back, you know.
Yep. So Forewarned, Rich Strike, he's done it all. My man, Sonny, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and of course, Sonny got the win with Little Sally that day, and just so cool. We were actually at that Kentucky Derby that he won on Rich Strike. That move he made, that trip, we'll never forget it. And I talked to Sonny. He said he's still in shock. I mean, they really did not think they were going to win, obviously, at the incredible odds.
Well, yeah, not only did they not think they were going to win, nobody thought they were going to win. He was 80-1 or whatever the number was. And I remember you and I driving over the day before, and you said, oh, Lucas is scratching us. Let me look at this horse. He's got no chance. I was driving. I said he has no chance. We're watching it from the infield, and it's over. Epicenter has it. Asmussen's got his Derby, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 21 comes right up the rail. He's like 20 feet from us. Like, who is 21? It was Rich Strike, and it was our man Sonny. Congratulations, he won the Derby.
A moment we will never forget, and of course he won't either, and he got those great roses to wear around his neck. Well, let's get to some more local racing. We're going to Monday's 9th race, and Jamie Ness has a really competitive pair in here. A mile and 70 yards is the distance. Let's talk about Traffic Master.
Yeah, Jamie Ness, does he win many races around this racetrack at all? Danny, yeah, Traffic Master, one of the many Jamie Ness solid horses.
Yeah, and Eloquist. Ruben Silvera, we've been watching him make that trip from Del Mar back to Parx. He's riding Eloquist.
Yeah, Eloquist is a really cool horse. Got a big backstory. He's closing on $400,000 in career earnings.
Here it is, Monday's 9th.
And Mega Charlie, he is under a tight hold. They go through the first turn and head down the backstretch. Mega Charlie, Asmodeus moves a little bit closer. He's just ahead back in second. Traffic Master, he's third. Eloquist, fourth. Then it's Kopesh in fifth. Malibu Star, the opening quarter, 23-1. The order remains largely unchanged. And Mega Charlie holds that narrow lead. Asmodeus continues to press to the outside. Then it's the stablemates, Eloquist, Traffic Master, third and fourth. Kopesh has lost ground. He's in fifth. Malibu Star, sixth, about to overtake Kopesh. They head into the far turn now, 47-1, and Mega Charlie continues to lead. Asmodeus just waiting for the cue. He's in second. Traffic Master's gotten his. He's in third and gaining. That's Eloquist back to Malibu Star and Kopesh. And Asmodeus puts his nose in front. Mega Charlie has more left and counters. Traffic Master, he is in third as they go around the far turn. A quarter mile left. Mega Charlie. Asmodeus has a narrow lead now. Traffic Master to the outside. Eloquist has been looking for some room, and it's Asmodeus who now has the lead on the outside. Traffic Master, Eloquist trying to find room in between horses. Asmodeus is holding that lead. Traffic Master continues to chase. Eloquist now has a seam up the inside. A 16th left. Eloquist, Asmodeus, Traffic Master coming late. Eloquist and Asmodeus down to the line. Eloquist.
And Eloquist with the rail surging win. Jockey Ruben Silvera. It was a wild finish, 3 across the track. And Michael Sanchez said, you know, me and Ruben's horse, Traffic Master and Eloquist, they have the same running style. They're both huge horses. Eloquist does get the win. And Kate DeMasi claimed him back. Him and her and Jamie love to go back and forth with that horse.
Yeah, they just keep doing it over and over again. And this is fascinating because Ruben Silvera spent the summer at Del Mar. And he won a race the day before, obviously caught a red eye 19 and a half hours after he won the race at Del Mar. He was here winning a race at Parx.
These guys are incredible. I asked him, hey, how's that trip out west? He said, I'd rather fly to Del Mar than do the drive to Colonial. That's what he said.
Yeah, maybe probably get there faster.
Well, let's go to Tuesday's 6th race, more local racing for us. Claiming $7,500 here, $20,000 per 6 furlongs. Cool field here. Thirsty Pappy, the Calbred, is the favorite.
Yeah, top notch. You know, we mentioned him before, and you might mention him again here with the trainer here. Yeah, obvious favorite, Thirsty Pappy.
A lot of speed in this race. Look out, here it is.
And it's Ego Man who emerges with the lead from Cobble Road to the outside. Tough Constitution, then Ava K's Boy. He's back into fourth. We Ready, after that alert beginning, takes to fifth. Then at the back, Thirsty Pappy, 22-1, the opening quarter, and it is a contested lead. Cobble Road takes the lead back from Ego Man, who presses right to the outside. They're on even terms as they go into the far turn. On the outside, Ego Man, Cobble Road, neither giving an inch for now. Tough Constitution, he's gaining into third. Then it's Ava K's Boy, We Ready, Thirsty Pappy at the back. They head around the far turn, and Cobble Road trying to shake clear of Ego Man, who's running on gamely. Tough Constitution looms to the outside. It's Cobble Road who hits the top of the stretch with the lead, 45-1. It is Cobble Road chasing on the outside. We Ready, Thirsty Pappy. He's found his stride late. Cobble Road has company coming on the far outside. We Ready, gobbling up ground. Thirsty Pappy full of run. Cobble Road, Thirsty Pappy on the outside. We Ready, they're going to take it down to the line. Thirsty Pappy.
What a finish, but Thirsty Pappy, the favorite, gets the win. Look, there was so much speed. Everybody was out there. It looked like We Ready and Michael Sanchez, he thought he was going to get the win, but Thirsty Pappy had other ideas.
Yeah, first off, the claim for top notch and came from dead last, got up by a neck.
Look, Abner got squeezed at the break. His plan was to sit, he told me, but I think that helped him quite a bit.
Yeah, sometimes coming from the back is what you want to do when there's a lot of heat.
Let's get some national races. We're going down to Laurel Park. They're back racing. This is fillies and mare in the Twixt Stakes. 1 turn mile, $100,000, and they're going to have to all contend with the favorite, Foxy Jr.
Yeah, we know Foxy Jr. from around here, won the Plum Pretty here last year on Derby Day, and is trained by Bernie Houghton out at Penn National. But when Bernie shows up anywhere, look out.
Morning Matcha is going to try again there for Butch Reed. We'll see her. She can roll back.
She
in
just
the storm.
doesn't have the same pop she
No.
had before. She's $1 million earner, though, so they've lost no money on Morning Matcha.
Here it is, the Twixt.
Wild About Hillary, 3/4 of a length from Low Country Magic in second. St. Benedict's Prep, Central Avenue sharing third. Runaway Divas in between horses there in fourth at 4.5 furlongs left to go. And it's Foxy Jr. with about 6 to make up at this point. And Tipple racing on the inside. Ragtime Bell and Morning Matcha, 24 and won the opening quarter half in 48 seconds. So they're midway on the turn. Wild About Hillary, 3/8 from the second wire finish from St. Benedict's Prep, and Foxy Jr. working up methodically on the outside from third. Central Avenue cutting the corner from home, and back to Low Country Magic. Runaway Divas in between horses now racing deep out about 4 path, and Morning Matcha is trying to find some stride down to the inside, and 1.5 furlongs left to go. And here's Foxy Jr. Foxy Jr. by 5. Three-way scrambles on for second. Central Avenue, then to the outside. Runaway Diva in between horses. Morning Matcha is trying to gain that third spot. St. Benedict's Prep is also right there, but it's Foxy Jr., a clear winner.
Foxy Jr. and Jomar are too good. They are a perfect 6 for 6 at Laurel. Look, 24 starts, 11 wins for this really cool mare, and over $400K in earnings. Bernie Houghton has a good mare.
Just crushed them, too. And Twixt, by the way, was a great race mare back in Maryland. Won many stakes for trainer Katie Voss, whose sister just happens to be Liz Merriman.
A racing family, we like it. A dynasty. Well, let's go out to Del Mar. It's 2-year-olds in that grade 1 Del Mar Futurity, $300,000, 7 furlongs. It is the O'Neill Baffert Showdown.
Yes, it's mostly the Baffert Showdown. He's got 4 of the 6. Doug has the other 2, but it's all about Brandt, the 1-10 gun runner who dominated in his first start with a 101 buyer figure as a 2-year-old.
Oof.
For the gray, Brandt, who leads the way into the far turn by 1.5 lengths. Balboa continues to track in second. On the outside is Litmus Test. On the rail, Desert Gate. And right behind them, Civil Liberty is only 2 lengths off of Brandt, who leads the way midway on the turn through a 44.53 half mile. Brandt arrives at the quarter pole in front. His lead is about 1 length now. Desert Gate comes 1 off the rail to confront him at the top of the stretch. And they're joined by Litmus Test on the far outside. And they're into the stretch, and Brandt is put to the test by Flavian Pratt. Desert Gate in 1. Hernandez making a race of it on the outside. Brandt is in front at the 16th pole. Desert Gate doing his all, but second best to Brandt.
Flavian Pratt, look, he's a coast-to-coast rider as well. Gets the win there, and Bob Baffert with another promising 2-year-old.
How many Del Mar Futurities do you think Baffert's won?
9.
19.
Oh, at 10. I totally underestimated that.
It's insane. 19. No place in show. All the money came in on Brandt. Look, I thought he was better at his first start than this one. He got a 91. He'll be one of the favorites, obviously, for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Silver Charm, the first winner of the Del Mar Futurity for Baffert way back in 1996.
I still like Ted Naffy for Tom Fletcher.
There you go.
Well, let's go to Louisiana. It's the Super Derby, $250,000. 3-year-olds going 1 1/8 miles, and this is kind of a famous race.
Back in the day, this was a $1 million race. It was a huge deal. In fact, in 1989, one of the legendary horses in our sport prepped in that race for the Showdown. Sunday Silence's final prep for the Showdown with Easy Goer at Gulfstream Park at the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Well, Brad Cox sends instant replay down. How do you think he'll match up here?
Well, he's 1-2. He's Cox. He finished a pretty decent 5th in the Indiana Derby to Tip Top Thomas, who came back here to win the Smarty Jones. So, yeah, he's the logical favorite.
Well, let's see this year's Super Derby. Here it is.
Around the final turn, Perry County tackled by Mr. Omaha. Instant replay as a link back in third. Fountain Lake just got a one-hander from Isaac Castillo in fourth with 3 lengths to make up. And he's late again is the trailer. They turn from off 6 furlongs in 1:12.74 seconds. Perry County digging in. Mr. Omaha runs at him, as does Instant Replay. Then it's Fountain Lake, a final furlong. Perry County, Instant Replay taking aim. Then it's Mr. Omaha and Fountain Lake. The leader is Perry County. Outside Instant Replay. Perry County, Instant Replay, Instant Replay.
Instant Replay was far back, but came running at the local horse, Perry County. Close finish there, but Brad Cox getting the win.
It was Brad Cox, another stakes win. I'm shocked.
Well, we have so much more for you coming up after this break. Jockey and trainer and more racing. Stick around on Let's Go Racing.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a great show. You're on Let's Go Racing, and now it's time for this week's Jockey of the Week. Congratulations to apprentice Kendry Rivera, who's showing off his talent and making a quick name for himself here at Parx, making him our Jockey of the Week, sponsored by NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. Let's see who's having a great week. It's time for this week's Trainer of the Week. Congratulations, trainer Ernesto Padilla Preciado, who rattled off multiple wins, making him our Trainer of the Week, brought to you by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Let's go to another Turning for Home Family Photo of the Week exclusive order here with adopter Robin, living in New Jersey, fox hunting. Look, retired through one of our premier partner farms, Safe Haven Equine right here in Pennsylvania, Kate Goldenberg. She showcased a couple of our horses here on Turning for Home Day. If any of our fans want to get involved and volunteer with Turning for Home, reach out to us. You could go out to one of our local farms, brush a horse, be a part of it, and get to touch on these amazing horses.
Absolutely. What could be
How
better
cool
than
is that? We're encouraging you. All right, let's get to best of the rest. We start with this week's PTHA Trophy race, Tuesday's 5th race, Fillies and Mares going a mile and 70 yards. It looks like Claudio Gonzalez is going to get the win here, but they blow the turn.
Yeah, Vanellope the 3 is going to come and get this thing and get up by a neck for our Trainer of the Week. He had a week.
Yeah, and Umbriel looked like she was going to come back on, but she missed. And here I am catching up with winning jockey Sylvester Gonzalez on Vanellope, a filly he knows very well. You made a nice move and you've done really well. Take us through the last part of your trip.
Yeah, just the last part, about the 3/8. It looked like that horse was pretty good on the lead, so I had to come at him. And about the quarter pole, she got up to him and then she was just game down the stretch. You know, they did a good job with her. She had some time off, freshen up. You know, that was the name of the game today.
Luis Ocasio was coming up, you know, he didn't corner the turn, but did you hear him coming up?
Yeah, you know what? When I'm coming up in the quarter pole when we're turning for home, his horse, I don't know what happened. He kind of just like looked around and kind of stopped, and we just had that momentum. We just kind of kept going, and luckily, I mean, if maybe that didn't happen, it would have been a closer race. But you know, it came down to the wire.
Well, we're going to go to our final break, but a lot more coming up on Let's Go Racing. Stick around on today's great show.
Some call you the Sultan of Slots, others the Baron of Baccarat. The rest, just Meemaw.
I'm tapped in. I'm tapped in.
But no matter who you are, you know there's always another way to win on the Parx app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours. Take those pearls, Meemaw.
The Pennsylvania breeding program is the best program in the country. The Stallion Awards, the owner bonuses, also the restricted races and the stakes races for Pennsylvania breds. This year, 8 breeders are on track to earn over $200,000 in breeders' awards, and 2 could hit the $1 million mark. We have the best program in the country. Take advantage of the fantastic program that we have.
Learn more at pabred.com.
Welcome to Hot to Trot. This is not your normal horse racing podcast. The sport's ever evolving.
You never know what is going to happen.
I was mesmerized from start to finish. Get people to know what horse racing is, and there's so much more to it than just what you see on TV.
If you're a horseman, we're there for you. We're ready to put you in the hot seat.
These are good questions.
I'm Ashley Eisenbiel.
And I'm Meadow Twaddle, and we're your hosts for Hot to Trot.
Welcome back. Well, it's time for Eye on Racing. A lot going on. Lots at Laurel.
Yeah, it's a turf festival at Laurel, and in the big turf dash down there, we have the 4 brothers, the 4 Harp and Smooth B, of course, going at it. And Phil Aristone has Flamingo Way and a Sensible Lady. And also at Churchill Downs today, the first of the 36 points races for the 2026 Derby. It's the Iroquois. The road to the Derby starts today.
So lots to get for racing fans before our big week here at Parx. Well, let's go to Parx picks. We're going to look at Monday's 9th race, 6.5 furlongs, optional claiming here. Look, really cool field. I'm going to go with post 1, Augustine Red, Michael Sanchez. He was riding Jackson Road. He predominantly rides for Ness, so that probably helped picking, but he is vocal in who he picks. He does pick Augustine Red here, and I think gets the win from the inside.
Yeah, Cisco Kid for me. Lou Linder is up for out of a 3 life into a 25,000, but the number says, the 75 number says very competitive.
Yeah, Cisco Kid, private purchase for Linder, has been doing really well.
Absolutely.
Well, look, we talked about it. We got the 2 big days coming up next Friday, September 19th, Pennsylvania Day at the races, followed up by our premiere day, September 20th, the PA Derby and the Cotillion. So much to look forward to.
And you got Gate to Wire with my man Michael Sanchez.
Yeah, me and Bruce talked with Michael all about life as a jockey, some goals he's had, and some pretty good achievements. It was a really fun talk. You don't want to miss it.
He really wants to win 300 for the first time. He needs about 30 a month if he can get there. And he's riding double at Laurel and here, so he's got a shot.
Well, he's going to keep busy, that's for sure. Well, what a great show it was. You don't want to miss what's coming up next week at Parx. Make sure you come out and join us. Thanks for watching Dick and I, and we'll catch you next time on Let's Go Racing.
Off and racing in the Parx Pennsylvania Derby in a flawless beginning, and seize the ray. He's going to seize the day in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Torpedo Anna, a 16th left to go. Torpedo Anna, the Grizzly has the heart of a lion. Torpedo Anna gets the win, a narrow victory in the Cotillion.